Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam amma ba'da habati fillah. One of the most important things that you should look for with regards to companions is husnul suhbah, meaning having righteous companions, good companions. Even if you only have one, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of hundreds, then those 1, 2, 3, 4 can bring about immense khayr. And listen to this statement of Ibn al-Qayyim. And there's so much from the Sunnah, and I advise you to go to Riyadh Salihin, and I think we may have went over some of those ahadith, and perhaps in the future we will, that you'll find a chapter about husn al-suhbah, having righteous companions. But listen to the statement of Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimahullah ta'ala. He said, Al-akh al-salih khayrun laka min nafsik. لأن النفس أمارة بالسوء وأخ صالح لا يأمر إلا بالخير ما أعظم الصحبة الصالحة. Ibn al-Qayyim said, rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, a righteous brother, meaning brother in Islam, brother in faith, is better for you than your own self. Because yourself, or the self, commands you with wickedness. But a righteous companion only commands you with that which is good. What a great companion a righteous one is. Ahbatifillah, when we look at the wisdom of these great imams of the Sunnah throughout history, and the way that they speak and write and articulate and explain the Sunnah, the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on their tongues and in their limbs, it should be encouraging and inviting us to the Sunnah, the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so I want you to think about people that you listen to, people that you take knowledge from in your local localities. Make sure that they are inviting you to the Sunnah of the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they're not inviting you to misguidance. Make sure they are inviting you to ilm al-nafiya, to righteous, beneficial knowledge, and inviting you to amal al-salih, righteous deeds that will cause you to come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I want you to find yourself, bi'idhnillah, a righteous companion that will invite you to Allah and remind you of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is one of the greatest benefits that you could get. And the Prophet ﷺ also mentioned, alayhi salatu wasalam, that a righteous spouse. So for the woman, finding a righteous husband that is actually your best friend, and that is actually one who calls you to the Sunnah, the message of Allah, calls you to khayr, then you've got the best of both worlds, because you've got a righteous spouse and you've got a husn al-suhbah. You've got a righteous companion. One that when you get together, you guys, of course it's your spouse, that you guys are going together in khayr, and you're reminding one another khayr. And likewise, for the man to search out righteous women for their spouse or spouses. Women that will call them to the Book of Allah and remind them of the Book of Allah. And women that will remind them of the Sunnah, the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and not remind them to shar. And so this is very important, because the husn al-suhbah, the righteous companion, will only leave you with good, as the Prophet ﷺ said. And the wicked companion, or the one that has bid'ah, or the one that has sinfulness, they will only leave you with some effect of their sinfulness, and some effect of their bid'ah, and some effect of something negative. And this is al-ghalib, this is in general. Unless you're more righteous or have more good than them and you remind them of good, unless it's you're giving them da'wah. Or perhaps they can be a sinful person, or even a person of bid'ah, and they could even remind you of something good. It's not that they're khalis, they're pure shar. No, we're talking about people that may have some bid'ah. Or they may be a mubtadi'ah, but sometimes you could be reminded of good from a mubtadi'ah. This is just from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wisdom. And this is why the issue can be confusing for some of us. because they say, oh, so-and-so has so much good, even though they're calling you to other than the Sunnah. And so you believe that they're Sunnah because they remind you of many things of the Sunnah. They remind you of many good things, but in fact they could be a mubtadi'ah. They could be a takfiri. They could be some sort of a modernist or a liberalist or whatever the case may be, where they are destroying the principles of Islam or distorting the principles of Islam. So, ahabati fillah, strive your best to have good companions. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with that. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.